Welcome back. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the going after the Ice Emperor of Art, going after Articuno, the Ice Emperor itself. Going back at it. My stream recently just crashed because my internet just died, but hey, we're back at it. We're back at it again. So yeah, even the internet cannot stop us on our journey to hunt down Articuno. So yeah, going back at it, but we'll continue our conversation like we did before. So what I was talking about is the difficulties of doing with, I'm being honest, dealing with copper golems and their programming. Oh my gosh, this rant is going to be a long while. So yeah, get comfortable, get your snacks, get your food, get your all your little cool comfiness ready, because we're going to be on a long journey of dealing with programming. Of Minecraft in all its glorious wonder. Basically, with the copper golems right now, I recently made a forge, like the amethyst forge, but it's like kind of like a farm, but it's like kind of it's an auto smelter. I'll call it that. And it's really easy to use it. You just but the thing is, the most hardest thing about the auto smelter is that it is for the copper golems, the chest and everything. It's so bugged and weird. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on. Oh man, it's a big problem. I don't know why, but for some reason, every single time I have the copper golems go to a certain chest, but I don't want them to go there. Like imagine I'll finish what I was talking about the last stream in the POV. A POV the POV was it was a copper golem carrying a iron ingot, and you have the normal chest it was supposed to put it in. About like 9 or it's out of that its normal registration route for putting it in the chest, which I find so annoying. Sometimes it won't even put it in the right chest. As soon as it doesn't see a chest in the immediate in a few minutes, it'll put the iron ingot in a random chest that it finds empty, and it's like, oh, it's missing an iron ingot, I could just put it here, and I'll just put all the rest in here. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so annoying, and it's such a frustration because I expect it to work very effectively, and I want it to work more flowy, I want it to work better, and I want it to be better than it is, because I have them working right now, getting all my ores smelted, putting them in the respected chests and everything, and I want them to keep working like that. But that problem with the coding, and I know it's not entirely Mojang's fault, quote unquote Mojang's fault. But if you really think about it, it really is. Like, this is a $2 billion company we're talking about here, and they're coding for copper golems. It is pretty good. I'm being honest, it's really good. It's just, I wish it was better. The only thing I wish that Mojang would do for the copper golem coding is I wish they would make their range a lot bigger. So what they got for it, so they basically scan the whole entire room, or if they're not in a room, they scan the whole entire area or certain proximity, which I think they already are doing. But I just want the range to be a little bigger, like about let's say a 10 block radius, like a 10 block radius, or maybe 12 block radius, a little bigger than the average copper golem, like a scanner, like registration scan. I wish it was a little bigger, but yeah, that's the only thing I'm really asking for the copper golems. But I'm being honest, besides that, they are very effective. I have 2 of them now. They're called Thing 1 and Thing 2. And in the past, me and Chonky, my partner, who on Pokebedrock, and because we're on the whole thing and all that stuff. But besides the point, me and him, he actually made 2 copper golems, but he forgot to put the name tags on them. And when the lag clear came out, it killed them and wiped them from the server, and he was like, what? No! We just lost our children! No! Dude, he was mortified. He was actually freaked out. I was like, holy crap. Oh no. We just wasted so much copper. Yeah, it was also it was the beginning of our series and everything, so we were very brand new to the to Pokebedrock and everything. And we just got enough copper just to make a block, 2 blocks of copper, and we found 2 pumpkins, and we didn't even have a farm yet. I mean, I don't even have a farm for pumpkins. I need to get one. I need to make one soon and get one soon, because that's probably my next thing to do for the farm, for our farm, is to add more plants, add more trees, add more stuff. Like, is adding more berries to the Pokeberry farm. That's my future plan for that. And that's all I want to do for that. Besides all the point is just this. The point is, I just want Copper Golems to be better. I want coding for Mojang to be better. I want it to be better than that. And I feel like Mojang could do better than it is. And yeah, it's just Copper Golems. It's just the annoyingness they bring to me and the frustration and all that stuff. It's just very annoying. All that stuff. So yeah, let's move on to another conversation I was gonna do and talk about in my last stream before, you know, the internet died and no, this person's looking at my Garchomp. That it died to death. What I was basically talking about is that another thing is, what was it? Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my head and the tip of my tongue. What is it? What was it? What was it? What was that? Oh yeah. That's what it was. That's what it was. Certain megas in Pokebedrock won't work. And I have asked certain people. It was a few months ago. It was last year, back in 2025. You know, the ancient days, back in the day of, you know, the year of 2025. What the heck? I got a random, like, bot thing. What the? It says right. It's from TJ. It says, "Hey pal, I caught part of your stream during my break. Love the vibe, so I dropped a follow." That's not true. I dropped a follow. Wait, I'll check that actually. If it is true, I'll see what the guy's talking about. So I dropped a follow. I'm close partner with Twitch streamer, with a partner Twitch streamer who helps small creators grow organically. Real viewers, active chat, subs. If you're interested, hit him up on Discord, Forsen20, and tell him TJ sent you. Please be respectful. He's a big name, and nope, not a bot. Really? Big name, but okay, he did follow me. But this really gives off bot vibes. This does give him bot vibes. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, Mug, I'm being honest. I'm honest with you right now. I'm sorry, TJ, if you're not a bot, but bro, come on. That is pretty bot. I'm being honest. That is pretty bot activity. That is big bot activity. So, TJ, thanks for the follow, though. You're part of the Fitty family now, which is awesome. But yeah, that is kind of a bot thing to do. But yeah, hey. I'm good. Thank you for your suggestion for help, but I'm good, though. I'm good. Thank you, though. Thank you. I'm good. I don't need your help. I'm good, man. I'm doing very well for myself. Thank you. But yeah, let's continue on with the conversation for today, besides that whole bot thing. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. What was it? Yeah, certain Pokemon in Pokebedrock, if you guys didn't know this, in the game I'm currently playing right now, I'm live streaming it, like, duh. Current things like, let's say Groudon and Kyogre. They won't primally evolve. Actually, I found this out. They actually won't go primal in battles recently. Actually not recently, like months ago. I asked someone about like the stones, like you get them like a drop like that, and they say they don't work. And they told me like, oh, you can't use them in battles. They're more like they don't even exist in the game. If you do get one, like yeah, just keep it just like as a collector's item, I guess. And yeah, like just as a collector's item, and it just don't like. They don't really work, and that really sucks. Like, that actually really does suck. And I was like, that's such an annoying thing, because I've killed 2 primal Kyogres, and they drop, like, you know, the regular sapphires and stuff like that to their respective games and all that stuff. But it just, they don't work, and they're used for armor, like weapons. Like, we don't even use weapons in this game, because there's no mobs or animals to really use them on, which really does suck. When you come on, when you guys want to give, like, you know, you don't have to, but when you guys get on Pokebedrock, or try it at least, the first thing you have to tell you is that there's no mobs, there's no animals, you can't get wool, you have to buy it with Poke Dollars, you have to buy it with all this stuff. And all this is kind of the few things I will be talking about in my YouTube tutorials for Pokebedrock on my separate channel I'm going to be creating soon, called Fitty Robin Tutorials. Where it's going to talk about the whole entire world Pokebedrock, all the cool stuff about that, and everything you need to know before you really get onto this game and have a lot of fun. So yeah, that's all you need to learn. What the heck is that? It's a Poopatar? I thought it was like a weird dog or something. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's basically what's going on with that. I still can't believe that person put like a... Like, how many paragraphs is that? Yeah, holy freaking, like, copy and paste. Like Mug said, like, a few minutes ago. Like, holy copy and paste. That's a huge freaking chat thing. Dang, dude. Dang. My gosh. Hey, thanks for the follow, though. Thanks for the free follow. Yeah, just wish he didn't make it sound so suspicious, though. That's a weird one. That's one of the weirdest ones I've got. It's one of the weirdest ones. Ah, man. Hey, let's go. We're already done. Alright, cool. I'm gonna check the orb real quick and see how close we are. If we're close to 100, I'm gonna be very happy. We've been doing this for a little bit. Yes! We got a bar. How close? 59. We're halfway through 100. Let's go, dude. Holy. It's gonna take us a long time. So, you guys, if you want to make this, if you guys want to do the orb process yourself, or like leveling up your Pokemon, get a bunch of XP shares, and use a Garchomp with Earthquake and Scale Shot. It's super effective against Chanseys. It's like a one hit if you use a Earthquake on Chanseys. It's super effective and everything. So yeah, it just wipes them out, and you get a free bunch of XP and a bunch of money. You get like $600 just for beating these guys and getting XP. So yeah, free little tip for you guys. You want to get on here and just get leveling up and everything. Some solo leveling. Remember, guys, I didn't make that due to copyright reasons, so I'll get, copyright struck by, the mighty Twitch and YouTube gods when they see this video. Here, guys, remember, YouTube, remember, I didn't create that. I'm just merely stating it and quoting it. That's some also I need to talk about, guys. Holy crap, I've had the runaround, not the runaround, a wonderful experience with YouTube. You're probably asking, oh, what is this dude talking about? What's this crazy person talking about? Well, guess what? YouTube has recently decided to do the wonderful thing of, guess what? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Freaking putting not age restricting, but, kind of like it, but they're basically telling you, if you guys are of age, like you guys are like 18 or 19 or even an adult, guess what they're doing? They're emailing all of us YouTubers, even if we are an adult and they do know our age and all of this stuff, and they're telling us, hey guys, if you guys don't go to your plan and split it with a family member like your parents or or any adult in your life, and do this whole YouTube and split the whole plan with your yada 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 and all this random crap you don't need to do. And splitting your channel and making it cooperate with your family, it's really weird and it's kind of undermining. And what YouTube has done and what they have done, this is a whole AI response, remember that, guys, and that's for future reference too. And what they're doing is basically they want you guys to do this because they think you're a young child, even though you're not. But the worst thing about it is that they're seizing control of the channel. And the first thing they put in the email, the 2-paragraph email they wrote me, but the 10-paragraph paragraph they wrote me, is that if you do not, this is the first sentence by the way, if you do not go and share your channel with your family members, guess what they're gonna do? They're going to start seizing control of your channel. They're going to start making sure you can't do anything. You can't post on there. You can't do stuff on it. They're controlling it completely, and it's really annoying. And it's very rude, and it's very undermining with YouTube. But so far, I think we're good. On the Fiddy Robin channel, I think we're good because it was a glitch that started in March, and now we're in April so far. We're pretty deep in April. And so far, my channel's fine. Nothing's happened to my channel. Nothing's bad has happened to it. Nothing terrible has happened. So we're good. We're doing good. So I think it was just a fluke, and it was just a glitch and a problem they done recently. But I'm being honest, YouTube has done a lot of those recently over the years. And I found out, because of that glitch, certain people who've been doing YouTube for maybe, let's say 20 plus years. We'll say 20 plus years. They have now been demonetized. not demonetized, not what the heck was that? Not demonetized, but more like age restricted. Even though their content, or like, yeah, they're age restricted, they can't access any of their stuff, they can't access their comments or any of that stuff. Even though they're adults, they're not children, they're adults. They've been doing this for 20 plus years. You can see that in their bio. And you don't even need to write anything in your bio, because it just tells you when you joined YouTube, or when you joined Twitch, or when you join, like, you know the stick and all that stuff. You guys have been watching YouTube, like, even if you're a kid right now and watching me, you can see this right now and go to any like streamer or anything and see that. But it's like, oh, give me a sec. But it's kind of like a little annoying. Like, we're at the mercy of YouTube, and I'm like, it's getting really annoying to kind of tippy-toe your way through age restrictions and demonetization or getting a strike. Like, it's really getting annoying, because I found out if you make any, like, age of, like, of age joke in the first 5 minutes of, like, your videos, like cursing in your videos or doing certain stuff in your, like, the first 5 minutes of your videos, you can actually get demonetized and age restricted at the exact same time, which is crazy. I'm being honest. You can get age restricted and demonetized by numerous things, by like a huge field wide of things, but they're doing it for no reason. I'm being honest. They're doing it for the most stupidest reasons. And there's people out there who've been doing the craziest stuff, like Jack Doherty. Have you guys heard about him? If you haven't heard about him, he's a Kick streamer, but now he's a Twitch streamer. And there's a reason why he's no longer on Kick. There's a reason why. And I'm going to tell you the whole entire story. Jack Doherty has recently been to prison. You guys can look this up yourselves. And this dingus of a human being has decided, yes, I'm going to, he decided to carry some things on him. Let's say that where he was carrying some pretty weird stuff on him, and he got arrested for it. Let's say he was carrying some goofy juice. I'll say that. Some stuff that he wasn't supposed to have on him, and he was in Los Angeles. And having said substance is illegal. Is not allowed to have. And so, when he decided to do a stream in the middle of the street where active traffic is happening because of this dingus, you can very well dang well say the police were not having it. And so when, 5 minutes later, when the cops show up and he says, oh, hey guys, let me finish my stream. Yes, this dingus decided to stay in the middle of Los Angeles, or whatever country or state he was in the US, stay in the middle of the street, start doing a live stream. It was so stupid, because this guy wants any retention. It's so bad. And he wanted to say, hey guys, let me finish the street, to the police. To the police. Because that's the bright idea when you know you're carrying something that is illegal. Say it to the cops. You are a genius. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, he's crazy. That's one of the very many, a few instances of a streamer being really stupid, or my words, a dingus, thinking they are doing something smart. And guess what? It works sometimes for Twitch, for like YouTube, because it gets them those views and it gets them all that attention, and it's just getting stupid. It's getting ridiculous. Because he got sent to prison for, like, having that stuff on him and getting arrested for it. But guess what? He made bail. He got out. And guess what? The goofy little goober did next. He basically decided, because he had a court date. Like, if you guys know what a court date is, it's basically when you do something really stupid and you do something really goofy, or really something reasonably goofy and really dingus enough, you get sent to the big boy jury. The people who decide your fate. Basically the O5 Council of the Law. And guess what happens? That's what your sentence, like, hey, you get like certain community hours or certain times in jail, all that crazy stuff. If you guys are old enough, if you guys don't know what that is, like the jury, look it up on Google. I don't have enough time to tell you. Actually, I do, but I don't really want to tell you all that whole entire thing because that goes into like 15 other branches of the government of U.S. I'm in right now. All that stuff right now, all the crazy stuff. But besides that, this goofball, and when you have a court date, and when you're given that, you're supposed to show up, or you get hunted. And I'm not joking. You get hunted down by bounty hunters. I'm not joking. You get hunted down by bounty hunters. And that's incredible. And that's so much fun. And guess what? They have a bounty on your head. And they're coming for that bounty. And so, this goofy little goober, the man, the myth, the legend, Jack Doherty. Oh gosh, this guy decided to basically go and miss his court date. I think on purpose, but I don't know. I'm not him. On purpose, basically. Allegedly, I don't know. And basically missed the court date. And guess what? He is now, technically, I think he left the country. Johnny Somali? Really? So yeah. So basically what happened after, he got hunted down. I think he's being currently hunted down for missing his court date on purpose to not get in more trouble he already is. But he decided to get in more trouble with the court by missing that said court date. Because if you do that and you elongate how long you're supposed to get your court date, I think you can get in more punishment and more jail time. Which I don't know this, but you guys would look this up. Please do. And please make sure I'm actually being truthful. You guys can fact check me on all of this on YouTube, all of that stuff, because this is where I'm learning most of my information from, is people who are actually doing research in this and has seen them do some pretty stupid stuff. But now I want to see who this other person you are talking about right now. What was it? Johnny Somali? Who? Oh my gosh, that sounds so goofy. Okay, who is this person? Sorry guys, to stop the game right now. I just want to see who this person is. Hey, be quiet, doggy. Somali? Oh, Soul Molly. Oh no. Oh no, here we go. Here's who this is, and guess what? We're gonna continue down the rabbit hole for this guy too. Yeah, this guy Johnny Somali, well, I'm not gonna tell his real name though, because you know, privacy reasons, is known as a nuisance streamer, just like Jack Doherty. You're probably guessing, oh, what did he do? Well, let's list the things. Internet trolling, known for being provocative, disruptive, saying some behavior that's against certain people, or saying certain things that he's not supposed to be saying, and saying certain things in certain countries that you're not supposed to be saying them in. And he gained a lot of, you know, notoriety from doing the same thing that Jack Doherty has done, which is harass people, get into fights with people on purpose, and annoy them to the point where they want to physically go to a physical altercation, which is, in the lesser scientific term, get into a fisticuff fight with them, and thinking that is smart. But I don't know, I don't know what Johnny Somali or whatever his name is does, but what Jack Doherty, we'll go back to him right now. We'll go back to Jack Doherty real quick. And what Jack Doherty does is, instead of dealing with the actual people who want to fisticuff him right now, actually fisticuff him back in like when he was trying to get popular, I guess, with all the people he annoyed, he has a giant, big person who is his security guard. And you're probably asking, why is this security guard here? We're getting into that. So basically, with the giant security guard, which is amazing, this guy's like a 6 foot, 7 foot giant, and you always see, you know, like his old streams and everything, you always see him, he has one with him, and they either have one a vest, which is protective for certain objects that hit you, that can, game end you, and you log off the server permanently. So, basically, he has guys who wear military grade gear and a water gun. We'll call it a water gun for YouTube purposes, because I want to keep my channel. Actually, you know what? Just call it. Let's just say it, a gun. They had a pew pew gun and a bulletproof vest. Not to baby this anymore. Yeah, he has bodyguards back in the day carrying that stuff on his streams. Which you're probably asking yourself, that's a little concerning. That's a little concerning on why this dingus has this. But yeah, that's what he has. And that's all the craziestness that he has. So yeah, that's one of the little conversations I wanted to get on today, because that's what I found out recently, is this guy is doing that. But hey, besides that, let's get off the whole hating on people stuff and move on to, just telling the stories of goobers and ridiculous people who are doing pretty dumb things. So yeah, let's get to the actual crazy stuff. Oh, Mug just put in comments. What is it? Johnny Somali, basically from Mug. He basically says that Johnny Somali goes to different countries and basically disrespects the locals by bringing up past tragedies and public nuisances and breaking laws sometimes. Wow. Surprise, surprise, that's what a nuisance freaking streamer does. Thank you, Mug, for that. Thank you. I actually didn't know anything about that, but thank you so much. So, surprise, surprise, another nuisance streamer being an idiot. That's another amazing example provided by Mug, who's an awesome fan of mine. So yeah, that's what his ridiculous self does. Just like Jack Doherty, they decide to basically go into different countries, like Mug has said before, and be a nuisance. Be rude, disrespectful, and just all-time annoying for no reason, but also to make a lot of money off of it for the notoriety and all the stuff from YouTube, Twitch, and you guys know that you know the shtick and all the crazy stuff. That's basically what's going on. So yeah, the wonderful stuff. Why is that Metapod moving so? What the heck? That thing is zooming. Dang, bro. So basically, that's what's been going on in the day-to-day thing with Johnny Somali and was it Jack Doherty. But let's move past. Let's move back to what I was talking about. So yeah, with Jack Doherty, we're still in the conversation, by the way. It's been like 20 minutes of this right now. And so yeah, basically with Jack Doherty, wonderful thing with him is, in the past, he's gone to fights at streamer parties by literally being the most nuisance and annoying guy in history. And that is by recording people without their consent. And that is a big no-no. That is one of the biggest no-nos of all time. With streaming, with YouTube, you never do that. And I want all of you guys to know that that's one of the biggest no-nos you could ever do. Like, never do that. That is terrible. It is very rude. But it's very bad. So basically, he does that. He gets into some crap with a bunch of other streamers and YouTubers who are at this party who want to relax, who want to have fun. Like, kind of like my little Saturday relaxation I talked to you guys about in this stream. And he basically interrupts all that. And he's just being a nuisance. People are like telling him, like, just please leave. Leave. You're causing a problem. You're being annoying and rude to people. And we don't want you here. And instead of leaving, like an actual sane human being, he decides to crank it up to annoying levels of annoyances. And he just... he says, I'm better than you because why not? Yeah, not quoting him, but basically that's kind of the summary of it. He kind of brags on how this one girl that she doesn't want to do a stream with him, And she tells him, no, I don't want to do it. And he basically tells her, because you're, in his words, El Bozo. That's what he says. El Bozo. Really? Going back to Johnny Somalia right now from Mug, he has a trial coming up and... Oh, he has a trial coming up in 5 days in South Korea? He's being detained? What? Oh, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I love life sometimes when it does stuff when it rewards people for being idiots. So you guys, going from Jack to O'Hurdy, from Johnny Somali apparently is being detained for a court trial in South Korea. And that court trial is going to be up in 5 days. And hopefully, he is not going to make it worse than he already has. So yeah, if you're just joining in, Johnny Somali is basically just like the American